From the ancient scribes of Egypt to the sleek pens in our pockets today, the humble writing instrument has come a long way. Imagine writing in the past, a reed dipped in ink, every stroke carefully crafted. Now, think of the effortless glide of a modern pen. How did we get from there to here? Let's take a fascinating journey through time to explore the evolution of the writing pen. The first significant evolution of the writing pen can be traced back to ancient civilizations, particularly Egypt, where scribes used reed pens to carve symbols onto papyrus. These early pens were simple, yet effective tools made from reeds that were cut to a fine point. They were dipped into ink, a process that was far from efficient but necessary for documenting important events, religious texts, and trade transactions. These reed pens mark the beginning of human efforts to record thoughts and ideas in written form. As time progressed, writing tools evolved. The quill pen, developed around the 5th century AD, replaced reed pens in much of the Western world. Made from the feathers of geese, swans, or turkeys, quills offered more control and precision. The pointed tip could be trimmed to a fine point, which allowed for a wider range of calligraphy styles. The quill pen became the instrument of choice for centuries, and it's still seen as a symbol of elegance and tradition today. However, despite their advantages, quills had a major flaw. They required constant dipping into ink. This limitation would eventually lead to a major breakthrough in the 19th century with the invention of the fountain pen, revolutionizing the writing experience. The evolution of the writing pen truly began to take shape in the 19th century with the invention of the fountain pen. Before this innovation, writers were still relying on quills, which required frequent dipping into ink, leading to inconsistency and inconvenience. The fountain pen, developed by Lewis Waterman in 1884, was a game changer. It featured a built-in reservoir that allowed ink to flow continuously through a nib, providing a smooth and uninterrupted writing experience. Waterman, a New York insurance salesman, was motivated to create this more efficient pen after dealing with leaking pens that damaged his documents. The invention of the fountain pen helped solve this problem, and soon it became a must-have item for professionals, students, and artists alike. Waterman's design used a capillary feed system, which allowed ink to flow from the reservoir to the nib in a controlled manner, eliminating spills and inconsistent ink flow. The fountain pen's ability to hold ink for extended writing sessions made it an invaluable tool, and it quickly replaced the quill pen as the go-to writing instrument for serious writing. The pens were no longer just about practicality. They were also a symbol of sophistication and status, with many versions crafted from gold, silver, or other fine materials. However, the fountain pen was still not without its issues. The ink inside the reservoir had a tendency to dry out, and the nibs often needed to be replaced. This made fountain pens a more expensive option compared to their predecessors. Despite these drawbacks, the fountain pen's design remained largely unchanged until the early 20th century, when further improvements led to the invention of the ballpoint pen. In 1938, the ballpoint pen was invented by László Bíró, an Argentine-Hungarian journalist who was frustrated by the messiness of fountain pens. Bíró noticed that newspaper printers used ink that dried quickly, leaving no smudges. He sought to replicate this feature in a pen. By attaching a tiny ball bearing to the tip of the pen, Bíró created a design that would allow the ink to flow evenly onto the paper without the need for a reservoir. The ballpoint pen's design worked by using a small rotating ball that picked up ink from a chamber and transferred it onto the paper, leaving a continuous mark. Biro's invention was a massive leap forward. Unlike fountain pens, which were prone to leaks, the ballpoint pen's design was nearly leak-proof. It was cheaper to manufacture, more practical for everyday use, and required little to no maintenance. The pen became popular during World War II, as it was reliable for soldiers who needed a sturdy, long-lasting writing tool in the field. The ballpoint pen revolutionized the way people wrote, and it is still widely used today, remaining a staple in offices, classrooms, and homes around the world. The post-WW2 era saw significant advancements in the ballpoint pen, such as the introduction of better ink formulas and refillable cartridges. These improvements extended the lifespan of the pens and made them more eco-friendly. Companies like Bic became prominent in producing affordable, mass-produced ballpoint pens, making them available to almost everyone. By the mid-20th century, the ballpoint pen had fully replaced the fountain pen in popularity, especially in the United States and Europe. As time went on, the ballpoint pen underwent further innovations, giving rise to products like the gel pen and rollerball pen. These new pens provided smoother writing experiences and bolder, more vibrant ink, giving writers more flexibility and ease. The gel pen in particular offered a fluid, almost ink-like feel that mimicked the qualities of a fountain pen but without the inconvenience. Meanwhile, the rollerball pen utilized liquid ink for an even smoother writing experience. Thus, the evolution of the writing pen is a story of progress, from the simplicity of reed pens to the precision and versatility of modern designs. Today, pens are made with ergonomic grips, anti-fatigue designs, and specialty inks for various applications, such as calligraphy, journaling, or technical writing. From the fountain pen to the ballpoint and beyond, each milestone in the development of writing instruments has contributed to the pen we use today, a tool that continues to play a crucial role in communication, art, and education. The evolution of the writing pen is filled with surprising elements and turning points that most people might not expect. One of the most significant yet often overlooked moments in pen history occurred during the fountain pen's golden age in the early 20th century. While the fountain pen was hailed for its sophistication and smooth ink flow, it was far from perfect. The fountain pen market saw a significant decline after World War II, when mass production of ballpoint pens became the norm due to their affordability, reliability, and practicality. This sudden shift caught many by surprise, as the fountain pen had been a symbol of professional status for decades. Another unexpected turning point was the development of the Bic pen in the 1950s, which became synonymous with disposable pens. Although Bic initially faced resistance, it eventually revolutionized the market by making pens so cheap and accessible that nearly everyone could afford one. The Bic Cristal, introduced in 1950, became the first widely sold disposable ballpoint pen, altering the way people viewed writing instruments forever. Finally, the rise of gel pens in the late 20th century was a surprise innovation. These pens offered smooth, vibrant ink and became incredibly popular for both practical and artistic use, proving that the writing pen's evolution was far from over. Today, the writing pen continues to evolve, incorporating modern technologies and responding to new needs. One notable advancement is the development of smart pens. These devices, such as the LiveScribe Smart Pen, can capture handwritten notes and transfer them directly to digital devices. Smart pens have become particularly popular among students, professionals, and anyone looking to bridge the gap between analog and digital writing. These pens not only record what you write, but can also sync with apps to organize and store notes, making them an essential tool in today's fast-paced, tech-driven world. Looking to the future, the writing pen may continue to integrate even more advanced technologies. 3D pens, which allow users to draw in 3 dimensions, are already changing the way we think about writing. These pens are used in design, education, and even artistic creations, and they may one day be commonplace in various fields, from architecture to engineering. Moreover, there is a growing trend towards eco-friendly pens. As environmental concerns rise, the demand for biodegradable and refillable pens has increased. Companies are beginning to manufacture pens from recycled materials, and sustainable options are becoming more widespread. The writing pen of the future may not only be smarter, but also more sustainable, reflecting the evolving priorities of the modern world. The journey of the writing pen is far from over, and as technology continues to advance, the future of pens is both exciting and uncertain. Will the next generation of pens continue to blend analog and digital? Or perhaps we will see a complete shift towards digital writing tools, or pens are merely symbolic relics of the past. The future of the pen may be intertwined with emerging technologies like artificial intelligence and augmented reality, allowing users to interact with their writings in ways we've never imagined. What's clear is that the writing pen will always have a place in our world, whether it's as a simple tool for jotting down thoughts or as a high-tech device with futuristic features. As we look ahead, the pen's evolution will likely continue to surprise us. So what do you think? Will the future of writing instruments stay rooted in tradition, or is something radically new on the horizon? So, what do you think the future holds for the writing pen? With advancements in technology, eco-friendly designs, and the rise of smart pens, it's clear that the pen will continue to evolve in exciting ways. Do you think pens will remain a timeless tool, or will new innovations make them obsolete? Share your thoughts in the comments below. What part of the pen's evolution fascinated you the most? If you're curious about other fascinating inventions, check out more videos on the channel, and don't forget to share this one with others who appreciate the power of writing.